All right, boys,
Okay.
here we go. Oh, you can't zoom out any further than this?
You can if you press S.
Alright.
What do we got here?
I did press
Let's
S.
follow.
Today, guys, we got GNC versus Dub D.
Yeah, let's fucking get it, boys. All right, we got Vagar going down mid. Kerberos is a very valuable player on this team. Some may argue that he's the best on the team playing mid. What do you guys have to say about that?
I can actually vouch for that. He's a pretty good player.
Yeah.
He knows what to do. He has map awareness. Team captain. I feel.
Yeah, definite team captain here.
And immediately, we have a little bit of aggression coming over
shit.
here on the top side of the jungle.
What is Fiora doing?
Make sure you guys click off.
By Garen and Nunu, they were running after that Zoid.
Okay.
Make sure you guys click off Fog of War, by the way. It makes it better for spectators.
And then in response, the enemy team is taunting in the bottom jungle.
Oh fuck.
They're really taking it there.
We got a familiar face in the bottom jungle though. This is Robin, actually close friend of the GNC team.
I don't know why.
Yeah, what the fuck is he doing on the other team?
Robin's normally playing support for the GNC club. It's a little bit awkward to see him on the other team. What do you think about that, guys?
I actually have no idea why he's on the other team, but well.
What the fuck is he doing, bro?
Yeah. This is weird. All right, so immediately we got Gankgoon and Tezzy YT in bot lane, getting their CS faster than the others.
Immediately, they're getting early game pressure in this lane.
Yeah, for sure. Top lane we see King Kunta Clout, also one of the best top laners we've seen in this league, actually. Oh, he's getting that.
It's an early shot. On
hell yeah! All right, he's playing Garen. We don't have to look at him. Oh, we got Nunu the neighbor getting a scuttle of top jungle right away.
Wait, but how do we think about Fiora against Garen? That's gonna be a tough matchup.
That is gonna be a tough matchup.
It is, but. One thing that just slipped past our GNC's jungler is Dub D's jungler actually just took blue buff from their jungle, GNC's jungle, and got
really
scuttle.
Gonna hurt the Nunu on the GNC.
Oh wait, but Nunu's grabbing their blue buff. This is insane.
In response.
Crazy man, crazy. But wait, here comes the jungler. Here comes the jungler to get his blue.
They might meet up.
Let's see what happens here, boys.
Oh,
here it comes. Oh, Nunu's running away. He's not having it. Oh, Nunu goes to try to get the flower, but the flower is missing.
Oh, he's
he uses a flash. And he snowballs away. Good play by Nunu the neighbor.
Who was earlier getting pressured in his lane under his tower is taking a slight hit because he's struggling to get CS against this.
Yeah.
Who's this character?
Speaking of pressure, look at bot lane.
Oh, bot lane is actually. Oh, look at that.
Tezzy YT is slaying with misfortune.
How did we not know this?
You can see how that early game pressure on that first wave, all that early CS has really put them with the ball rolling for this game.
So
here you have Ryan taunting them. You almost got me. Wow.
Hell yeah. So we're seeing Fiddlesticks. We're seeing Fiddlesticks out of Gankgoon in bottom lane. We've never seen him play that. That was an executive decision by Kerbos, the team leader, to pull out Fiddlesticks, and it seems to be working out pretty well in the bottom lane. We'll see if that holds up later.
Yeah, that early aggression's really strong against a Malphite, who's really a late game character. And if you get this early lead here with the misfortune, you're really gonna have a really strong ADC late game, and that late game.
Oh, we've got a battle going up top lane. Oh,
we do have a fight going on top lane.
Oh, if he has dash right now, I recommend he uses it to ignite him and maybe do.
Let's see what. Oh, that's Gankgoon. Let's see what King Kunta Clout is looking at on his cooldowns. He's got all of his things.
We're seeing a lot of passive play this game from mid lane. Kerbos is really struggling to deal with what the other mid laner is offering in terms of pressure. And you can really tell because he's been falling behind with CS and with levels. But he is getting good wards out on the board. He does have a strong vision score.
Well, as of right now, nothing really too much is happening. But bot lane is actually getting put a lot of pressure on right now. going towards back to the tower. We don't. What's gonna
We
happen?
have a
Now,
Nunu.
oh, we got a Nunu
We
gank!
have a gank.
But bottom lane is completely out of mana.
Oh.
Bot lane was completely out of mana.
Bot lane was prepared for that.
That was awesome. So Kerbos is winning the middle lane so far. His opponent has no mana to keep up.
I feel like if he catches him in that E, he can have a definite kill rate.
Yeah.
I feel like it's really strong. Veigar has this ability to get part of his mana back whenever he kills a minion with an ability. And because of that, Yishi's playing the long game in his lane rather than the early game.
Exactly.
King Kunta Clout in top lane is getting pressured very hard by his opponent. Oh, he's going in for the fight?
Yeah, he's just struggling to clear, I feel, especially when he's
Ooh.
forced to use abilities like that.
Yeah.
His E is definitely his best clear, and he's...
Oh,
if he
top
doesn't
lane
get
get
the chance
some
to
pressure
back
on.
there-
Oh.
Top lane is close, man.
Oh, she hit 6. This could be an interesting fight right here. The next engagement under
Oh,
tower.
look at all those
This
minions.
could be a first blood. And,
And she's got to take the first blood, man.
First blood goes to Zoid. Takes
Look
a
at all
tower
those
shot.
minions on top, though. That's a big issue. We need Nunu to come and gank top lane a little bit more.
That's a very good play.
And Sean is taunting the enemy team support, taunting Robin with the up-down mid.
That's a
Unfortunate,
very
man.
good play. But oh my god. Oh.
Oh, it seems like one of our announcers is dying.
Oh. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
we have an ult going off in the bottom lane. We have quite an engagement going on here.
Ooh. Fiddlesticks is half health.
Now, the enemy
Oh.
team has now suddenly taken a lead. They are a level ahead of the bottom lane for the GNC.
So, Fiddlesticks is in a really vulnerable position right now, but so is their ADC, which could be a good trade for Tezzy.
That is very good.
I wonder if
No.
Teddy's gonna engage.
Gangoon almost dies
You're
there.
looking for a lot of pressure into the enemy ADC. And Fiddlesticks does have a lot of healing in his kit.
Ooh, but Gangoon does
That
get a
being
little bit
said,
health
though, Malphite does pump out a number of damage.
back. Mid lane getting put a lot of pressure on right now.
Yeah, for
Nothing
sure.
really too much is happening right now, but we'll
Now-
see later on in the game.
Veigar is kind of a late game champion, and I feel like the fact that he's
Yeah.
actually managing to stay on level is huge.
We've got a big push. We've got 4 enemies in the jungle on blue buff right now.
And they're
Nunu
all
might.
converging on this
Oh,
Nunu.
Nunu's gonna get out.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Nunu's
is he
get
gonna
out
make
with that
it?
Snowball, the immunity to slow.
they don't convert.
Here
the
comes
kill, but
Veigar.
They do get that blue buff, which is very crucial.
Veigar gets a couple good hits on the mid laner. That good poke is gonna help him out in his lane.
Damn, do you see that?
Fiddlesticks is playing pretty ballsy right now.
That's how you
And
know
they all
Veigar's-
make it out.
You know, we see a lot of pressure with the Fiddlesticks play. I feel like the Fiddlesticks was for the early game aggression, and they're slowly starting to deteriorate that. They did have it in that first wave, but it might be biting them back.
For sure. We're seeing a lot of good jungling plays from the other team as well.
Here we have some action at top lane.
Top lane.
Fiora.
Oh,
Fiora
man.
getting the auto attack.
Fiora.
Oh, King Kunta
Got the
Clout's gonna
flash out.
flash out.
King Kunta
Oh,
Clout.
he challenges her.
Takes the tower shot. This is his chance. He can finally get back in there. He used his flash though. Unfortunately,
He has his ult up.
And I like to mention, if the Garen even gets a sliver of amount of kills, he can be nice late game. Cause
That is
Garen
true.
is a very good take late game. He can help.
Is he gonna go for it?
Oh, whoa!
Ooh.
Whoa!
What a kill.
Mid lane.
Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, Yishi got a kill.
Yishi uses his ultimate and
What a
his flash
goon.
in order to secure that kill.
Crazy shit going on. So Tezzy in bottom lane and is gonna have to retreat soon. He is completely out of mana.
That is true.
I
We
feel
see
like
a
the
little-
Oh, Yishi just got tower dived by Robin.
You see, we really have to look out for some of these Malphite.
Nunu's gonna come in
You
and.
don't
Oh no, he's not.
You really don't expect it a lot of the time, but Malphite really does have a lot of aggression.
Man, if Nunu would have gotten there. We see a fight coming in the river in top lane. Never mind, they both retreat.
Sean's picking up on those creep kills in middle lane.
Yep.
He's trying to make sure that he stays close to ahead, if not ahead.
it's good to see that Fiora is putting pressure on Garen because you don't want Garen to get fed. You don't want Garen to get a little strong out there. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, Ditto. And here we have Garen's wave coming in, but not before Zoid gets that extra gold from the split. part
Gangoon
of
is
that
getting
tower.
chased down. Barely makes it out alive. Back to lane she goes. Garen's
Damn,
playing
bro.
very well.
We
Do you
weren't
see-
expecting it in the early game, but the enemy team jungler is really outperforming Nunu almost at every straw. He's getting XP camps from the enemy jungle.
Gangoon needs to come back. Teddy's getting a little put pressure on him.
You know, I don't mean to take a pause, but what the fuck is this ghost that's just like floating around? Does anybody see this shit? What the fuck is this?
Where?
What the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, what is that? What the hell?
We have a spooky ghost coming around.
We have no idea what's going on.
Oh, I see it.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is this?
Maybe it's like a camera that you can
Oh, we have a
use.
fight. We have a fight in mid. We have a fight in mid.
Nunu
Fight in mid.
moving in for a possible
Nunu
kill,
can't
Oh,
secures the
look at that.
kill,
but, then
but
he's
but gets
slain
shut
with the
down.
enemy jungler.
But Antics gets trades it.
That is huge for the enemy jungler. The enemy jungler is gonna get even further ahead of the Nunu.
2-for-1 trade. That was pretty nice. And here we. Oh.
Oh,
It actually
Gangoon goes for the.
disconnects from the
Ooh,
game. I thought
Gangoon
so.
flashed and got the kill.
I thought Sober just made it.
Someone
out alive.
disconnected?
No.
Oh,
Here comes the
okay,
gank from the enemy
on the
team.
bottom lane.
Tezzy's gonna
Looks like
make it out alive, it seems. Gangoon sacrifices his life to get Tezzy out. I would say that's worth it.
The Malphite is back in the game with that reconnection. Really unfortunate to see that he disconnected in the first place. We have heard some reports from this player that he does have some internet problems. Hopefully there won't be any more problems throughout the rest of the match.
I
We
actually
hope to see
heard
this match
Austin.
fair.
Also, I actually did hear his connection is off a potato.
Yishi's might get caught off guard here. Oh, never mind. They're going for Dragon. And they're gonna. Yeah.
Blue team is definitely getting Dragon. Although that enemy jungler is pretty low, and that could be punishable, as Yishi is rotating in from the mid lane. Never mind, he's decided against it, getting out pressured by the other mid laner.
It looks like Garen's getting an opportunity to farm since his top laner's missing. She'll be on
That's
her way
actually
soon.
very good for Garen. Now, Zeke is one of those players that
Here
likes
comes
to
Nunu
farm
ganking the
up
bot
and play
lane.
passive.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, Austin, but look at his gank.
There is this gank going on.
Oh, ult's going around. Ult's going around.
Man, oh,
Tezzy is
the kill,
melting
kill.
the health bar of the enemy.
Sober
Oh, Gangoon, he's insane!
Gank stays alive with that life steal.
Holy crap,
What a
man.
nice lifesteal by him.
That was a
What a
great
good play.
fight for GNC in the bot lane.
They really needed that because they got the buff off the start. So, you know, that was big for them.
The main
good.
thing that they're lacking in... Oh, go ahead, Austin.
Did not stay for the next wave, though, unfortunately. If he stayed for that wave, he could have pushed into tower. A little bit of unfortunate non-map awareness there, especially since the enemy jungler was down.
Oh, top lane.
Top lane, we have Garen getting targeted within an inch of his life.
He gets
Only
out alive. He
half
still has his ult, though.
He does, in fact. And we haven't seen an ult from Garen this entire game.
Oh, he's gonna...
And he might
He
be
challenges
pulled
it.
off this time. He might have flash.
And he
Oh,
got it.
Tower gets the
Great
kill.
shit from Garen.
And Garen's wishes get saved by the tower. How do
And
we
so
feel
he
about
just
that?
spent a little bit too long inside of that tower.
Oh, that ghost seems to be a character trait from someone.
Whatever this kid.
And I like to mention that Garen's difference between minions with Fiora is very big right now.
Is it?
Do you see that? 85-67. Garen needs to farm a little.
Yeah. He's having a lot of trouble with pressure, it seems
Yeah,
like.
he's
Oh, he's gonna get
having-
ganked. Oh, never mind. No,
Oh,
no gank, no gank. But he's gonna get challenged in top lane by their jungler.
Now, another thing to note is that the mid lane is actually struggling very difficultly to get the CS. Even though they're tied in kills, the other mid laner has a solid 30 to 40 CS over the other one.
Oh,
There is a
Nunu's gonna gank mid.
coming in. It is a little
And
bit
yeah,
late.
anticlimactic
Gets
at
back to the
best.
safety of the tower.
Garen is retreating top lane.
It is good to see that pressure on the mid lane, though, helping out.
Tezzy is making,
so that he can carry the
oh!
game.
We got one kill in the bot lane.
One kill, bot
Down
lane.
to the bottom lane, but it doesn't
Gangoon
look
looks like he
it's
might
necessary.
secure the second kill.
Gangoon
With
wants
that
another
extra
kill.
pressure.
Nice.
Robin
Nunu gets the
moves in,
assist.
Not expecting the gank, gets punished very hard.
Great plays from Nunu. It seems as though Tezzy might have gone in a little bit too early, though.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate to see that. Although it could be a lack of communication.
We've got a challenging up on top lane. Never mind, they back off.
Ooh.
They seem
It is
to be
really
respecting
unfortunate
each other
to
pretty
see,
well.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't understand why the support is getting kills. The ADC is
support-
supposed to get fed.
The
I
ADC
feel
had
like
died
that's
before he got the
one
kills,
of the
though.
problems that we have with the GNC club is that there's always a lot of pressure from the bottom lane, but sometimes it's a little bit too much pressure, and they seem to feed into the enemy team quite a bit.
It seems
Sorry
as
to
though.
interrupt you,
Oh,
but
go
look
ahead.
Like Antics is trying to look for a gank right here. Oh no, I saw he leaves. All right, never mind. That's
So,
acrobatic.
in almost every aspect, except for maybe Kerbos being an exception, everybody's getting out CS by the enemy team. Oh, we've got an ult down in bot lane.
What a great engage.
Oh,
Gets gank.
that was just textbook.
That was a solid play. Gets the support, catches him for being too pressured. They've been pushing up against the tower all
getting
game.
a lot of pressure put on him.
Now, Tezzy doesn't have his ult until
He
20 more
hits the
seconds.
stun.
He hits
He's
the
gonna
stun.
ult for it.
Oh,
Oh, so
Oh.
very close.
what a trade.
Tezzy's
What a
playing this
trade.
very well.
This is why he's considered as one of the best players in GNC. Those are the kind of plays. Those are
Tezzy
the
might
kind
be
of
able to secure this kill here.
See.
Never mind.
Kirbus is one of those players that likes to get in your head and makes you think that, hey, you're ahead. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna beat me. And then all of a sudden he pulls a play like that, locks you under his tower, and puts you in the ground. Nunu's coming in for another gank.
Guess
He
the
hits the snowball,
Wait, what did
but
I stop?
unfortunately
So,
Zoid was immune. and
Tezzy has his ult
got
bottom
him.
lane. He uses it. Oh, what a pitiful ult from Tezzy.
Oh, Gangoon tries to engage, try to get secure one kill.
Gankoot is going in on a
He secures the kill and gets out immediately. Great job by Gankoon.
really unfortunate to see that the two from the blue team did not converge on Gankoon and try and CC him out. There was a lot of people there, and they could have put a lot of pressure on him there.
It looks like King Kunta Clown's gonna engage. Oh, no. I thought he was gonna engage top lane, but apparently not. Nunu is in the top jungle. Looking to,
Kirbos is pressuring back the enemy jungler. He's pinning them in between, and then blue team comes up from the
Gankoon
bottom.
engages in Robin. And they all disperse.
We have a convergence going in right now.
Seems like we'll have.
There is no way they go for Dragon here.
They get pinged by the enemy team with the sight flower.
The majority of GNC is now on the bottom of the map, but they're not doing anything with it. They're not getting anything from this pressure that they're trying to put in the enemy jungle.
Yeah. Nunu's gonna retreat back into his jungle. Everybody seems to be all over the place. What are they thinking, do you think?
You know, I thought that they were trying to put pressure
Oh.
into the bottom lane in order to feed their ADC, but as the game progresses, I'm starting to feel like that's not doing much for them.
So
Their ADC is still falling behind. Even the jungler is level 10, which is ahead of the ADC.
yeah.
Especially since the support is ahead as well. I
Exactly.
think.
Oh, we got a
Tessie's
fight up
struggling to
top.
Stay alive in his lane.
Never mind, they back off of each other. We seem to get a pretty chill game up in top lane.
Seems like Tezzy is trying to hide and try to possibly scare them off. Maybe
You know,
secure one at least
looks
kill.
it looks like it's a relatively peaceful game up top, but what you really have is a ton of pressure coming back between these two top laners. Garen has that ability to get a little bit of
Tezzy ults on bot lane. Sorry to interrupt you. We got an engage in bottom lane.
Oh, Nunu the neighbor might be able to secure one kill here. Guess Robin.
They do get kills on the enemy support. That is good to see.
Tezzy might tower dive for it.
But the question is, are those two ults that they use really worth it for that one kill?
No, I don't think that was really worth it. They could have at least got sober. I don't know about Antics, but maybe at least sober.
Man, during that engage, oh, they're going for Dragon right after.
They are going for Dragon.
But during
which
that
is an
engage,
interesting play,
with-
because Rift Herald is still up, and they could have taken Rift Herald before Baron came up.
Maybe
And
they.
Baron's
That's
going to
true.
be coming up in 15.
I feel like they should contest mid right now.
A good gank mid would be great
They
at this
definitely
point.
should contest mid.
Here they go.
It's a little bit late though. Mid laner's backing off. I don't
Garen
think they're
is. Oh,
time.
no.
Unfortunate. Baron is up. Rift Herald was not taken once this game. And the blue team although down a kill, still has a major gold lead.
That's because their jungler's playing just such a great game. I've seen many times when Nunu the neighbor has ganked bottom lane, the jungler immediately goes up and steals all the camps from top jungle, which is
He's really
very weak.
punishing for that aggressive plays that they're trying to pull in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
So, how are you guys feeling right now? Who do you think is gonna win? Seems like it's about halftime right now.
Right now,
You know-
they're pretty much even.
Yeah, each team has a dragon. Although the blue team does have the first tower. Actually, as I'm saying that, looking around the map, the blue team has pressure on all towers. The red team only has pressure on the bottom tower, and it's not even that much.
King
what
Kunta
about-
Cloud goes for the
Top
attack.
lane.
Yeah.
Takes a tower shot for it, though, unfortunately.
So it seems like he's being stopped in his tracks. He doesn't really know what to do against this character that isn't immediately melted by his attacks.
Exactly.
Garen's a very powerful character.
Yeah, mind you, his passive is legitimately healing. So any attack that's done to him, he can just go back and heal.
Oh, here comes Nunu for the attack, top!
lane,
Oh,
the
what a
first
good
gank
game.
of the top lane. That
The ult
appears to
goes
be
out.
Successful. Nunu
Very
ult
good
comes
gank by
off.
Nunu.
This is a
Garen ult
great,
comes
great.
out for the final touches. 2 ults to get that kill. A little bit unfortunate, but it's going to give Garen what he needs in order to push forward, get some minion kills, and maybe get ahead.
So bottom lane has 3 people hidden in the bush right now. We're gonna see what happens here when they try to engage.
I feel like they know they're in the bush right now, but I don't know.
Yishi's getting chased
See what
down
happens.
They
mid.
know they're in the bush, but Sean still pushes up, even though he knows that.
Sean dies.
Forces
And
out
here
the
we
kill.
go,
Whoa.
pushing up.
Misfortune's knocked in the air. They're diving the tower.
Holy crap.
They have minions pushed to the tower. They can still continue to push this and take this tower.
Malphite gets out alive.
He does.
Just barely.
Surprisingly, that shell is really, really
Oh,
Crazy
and here we have
plays.
Mid getting a lot of pressure put on right now.
Another tower for the mid, and Nunu's just now ganking. Was the XP camp really that important?
Nunu might be able to get a stun off on this guy.
He might.
This is
especially
good
since
plays.
he's inside of
Great
Veigar.
job from
Uses
Veigar.
his ult, but he does get pressured to under half health in that engagement, even though that character was under the tower.
Yeah, I
King
feel like
Kunta
as though they did get that kill, they are still really down on towers right now.
It is
Look at
nice
that.
to see that now, finally, 22 minutes in the game, Garen is high enough level that he can start to rotate around the map. He's
Garen gets
getting
challenged
out-
mid.
He's getting challenged.
Who
by the
dares
enemy.
challenge the mighty Garen? This is interesting. He's actually getting punished.
He is. Although this character doesn't appear to be dealing that much damage to him. Although I don't know what this character does.
What is this character?
She seems that she has like a
Nunu
lot of
comes
movement
in
speed.
for what is supposed to be a gank, is forced to use the flash.
Fiddlesticks retreats. They're very spread out right now, which isn't very good for a team fight. Another turret destroyed up top. This isn't looking very good for GNC.
No, the steady gold lead is starting to rise. Even though they're ahead in kills, these ganks don't seem to be giving them a lot. They really should be focusing more on these creeps.
Here we have Fiora trying to go from the behind of Nunu the neighbor. Let's see what happens here.
Fiora gets absolutely pummeled right here. Yeah, definitely.
We
Big
see the
stun
ults
from the
coming
other
out.
time
Maybe they-
of the team.
It is up.
Ooh, but they do trade.
He ults and flashes in. King Kunta Cloud comes in for the assists, and he flashes in.
We're seeing numerous flashes coming out. Garen is kind of chasing a kill.
Garen
ignoring
is
the teammates
tanking.
around him. That could be a major mistake. They managed to get the kill on the enemy ADC. They're pushing the mid lane.
He flashes.
It is possible for them to get that kill.
They get pushed back by the tower. This is where we start to see a lot of advantages from having their towers still up.
Now that was a 2-for-3 trade, which could be very good for the gold gap that we were seeing earlier in this game.
It's definitely smaller than it was before. King Kunta's gonna actually go and grab the damage buff.
I mean, he really does need it. 128 to 168 from Fiora. That is
Now-
not looking very too good for King Kunta.
At this time in the game, I like to take a moment and pause and just look at the levels on either team.
That
We
is
have
true.
a level 14 on either side for the mid lane. That's to be expected. But in comparing the two ADCs of this game, which should be up top, both of them are level 11. What do you guys think about that?
Well, Fiddlesticks has seemed to be getting a lot of the kills in the bottom lane, which is interesting. Oh, they're going for Dragon bot lane, but Nunu looks like he might flash in. Never mind, the blue team secures it.
Blue team does get that dragon.
And they
Red
don't
team,
challenge.
Very strong for them.
Blue team seems to have the pressure down in their checklist. You know what I mean? Like red team can't really put any pressure on the blue team to make it though. They can get kills and stuff, but you know, right now it's not looking too good for the red team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, red team
Yeah.
is really pulling out a lot of ganks that seem to be pretty effective, but they're not seeming to get anything out of these ganks.
For real.
Every time they kill, they're so far pushed back that they don't even manage to get a tower, and they
And
don't
that's-
even get much farm for it.
And that's based on intimidation. They don't know how to put on pressure for all the other team.
And we see the enemy top laner here taking all of the back jungle camps, further punishing this jungler on the red team. They're
So
struggling to get farm as it is.
what I find pretty funny is Nunu and Willem seem to be talking shit in the chat, asking if any of the team fucks with Kanye. This is kind of a weird tactic from them. What do you think about that?
You know, I hate to see a little bit of toxicity in the chat, but I like to think that this is a little bit of friendly fun between two junglers.
Oh, we've got an engage in middle lane.
We do have
Gets
an engagement.
absolutely
That's a
melted.
strong stun from Kirbos. That was a double stun. Malphite comes in, gets a double knockup on his ultimate.
Oh, we've got King Kunta Clown coming in.
That's gonna be kills. King Kunta Clown's coming in. Does he
Here
get
he
the ult
comes.
off?
He's doing
Does
damage,
get the
man.
ult off. Yishi gets another double stun, but the ADC is punishing Tezzy in the back.
Kerbos
Oh,
does
what a
insane
play.
damage. Kerbos gets out
Comes
alive.
some really good plays.
King
in this
Kunta
game.
Clown's about to die.
It's two double stuns.
Unfortunate.
But we do have mid game applied pressure on right
The
now.
rest of the blue team manages to clean up. It's just left to Yishi.
Yeah.
He decides,
Strong in
yeah.
that fight.
He's gonna recall and
Yeah,
grab
mid.
his health, and then
Yeah,
probably
mid
engage
getting
mid.
Pressure applied.
Now they
Right
have
now.
a solid 9 or 10 seconds to push up. Fiddlesticks isn't going to put that much pressure on them.
It
They
it
do
doesn't
manage
look
to
too
push
well
him
for
back,
Red Team
though.
right now.
So after that engage, we see a devastating blow to the economy. Almost 4,000 gold ahead of the red team. This is
Which
gonna.
is crazy because just a couple seconds ago, they were only 1,000 gold.
Yeah, it
That
shows
was
you what
huge for the blue team.
one fight can tip the scales. Oh, they're going for Baron.
They are going to Baron. This is a good play, but the red team should be looking to defend Baron. I don't know what they're doing.
They just
They
called
are
it out.
converging. They realize something's wrong. Nobody's in their lanes. They're coming. To
They're
converge.
gonna come in time.
This could be a steal.
This is big.
This could be huge.
The ults are coming out.
Voodoo ult. The question is
Oh.
he gonna get the smite off? Yishi gets a kill. Red team's being punished for it.
Oh,
Garrett
he
gets a
could
late
have
Ult by Tezzy.
Oh,
And Baron
I
is
can't
still
cover.
not-
It's all up to Tezzy and King Kunta Clout.
King cut the
He
clock,
has to
struggles
retreat.
find any pressure, and blue team just gets to take Baron for free. They get completely punished. Their
This
gate
is-
was useless.
This is a devastating turnout for red team.
What do you guys think about that? Why did the red team lose so much pressure on that gank? What forced them back?
I'll be right back, guys.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see Ditto later.
Thanks for the help there, Ditto.
Now I don't have a lot of idea of what these characters' loadouts are looking like, but I have a feeling that a lot of them have to do with area damage, and when I look at red team, the only area damage I really see is Kerbos and Tezzy, and if Tezzy didn't get his ult off until after everybody was either half health or dead, and everybody was out of the way of the ult, which didn't really make much of an impact when he used it. Kerbos
Now,
was.
what I
Oh,
see
go ahead.
as a major problem for the red team in this game is that their support player does not have a lot of tank items going for him. He's really building into that damage. And although he has gotten a lot of early game kills and is equal with the pressure with their ADC, I feel like that is making the red team suffer for lack of another Guardian per se because of that late rotation that Garen had coming over top for Baron.
That is true. That is true. They're relying so heavily on Garen, and he really needs to make his plays worthwhile.
And he's struggling against this top laner. Forced to flash. He's still going to get killed for it.
Garen goes down top lane again. The gold gap seems to be growing and growing as these fights go on. What little hope the red team has is waning.
But red team just appears to not be putting pressure where it is needed.
Oh, they're going to
Although we are
converge on
seeing
this.
Some good plays over and over. Kirbos gets focused out.
Wow.
That is huge. They're taking out one of their carries. The new ult gets canceled.
Oh, Tezzy ults on Malphite.
Gets off again now. Malphite gets punished.
New to the neighbor is doing damage.
But they are ignoring the ADC, who is just tearing into the other ADC on the red team.
They get out all alive. This is a great... the only person who died is Kerbos.
Those were some good plays coming out of Gankoon in that fight. Without that lifesteal in order to tank that ADC's attacks, it was very possible that Newmont would have been focused and he would have been killed there in that engagement.
So we just saw top lane Fiora run away from Garen with 0 mana. She seems to be struggling with mana right now, and that's one of the main things that Garen is better at. She's going to steal the damage buff, though, which is unfortunate.
Sorry to interrupt, but I just got some inside info that is favorite song.
That what?
What?
Whose favorite song is that?
Robin.
Robin's favorite song. Let's go see what Robin's doing right now. He's running up middle lane, level 12, behind every single other person in the game. Why do you think he is so fucked when it comes to his levels?
It is very disappointing to see that the support player is being so far pushed behind, although the rest of his team seems to be excelling. Although the enemy support, not the enemy support team, the red team support player has been going for kills and CSs this entire game. He's 6-6.
Oh, GNC is going to get it. Oh, they got the dragon. They almost got it stolen, and they're going to get a kill off this, it seems.
Unfortunate, however, that it looks like they're going to lose both Garen and Misfortune.
Garen falls.
And Robin gets what is a really needed kill.
Gankoon ults and runs towards the enemy team. Kerbos short behind.
He is getting solid CC, but he gets
Gankoon goes down.
Oh, Nunu
the neighbor runs straight down the middle. What is he thinking?
This separation from the red team could have just cost them the game.
This is crazy.
It was well coordinated. We saw a lot of ultimates come out from the red team that just were misplaced. A lot of pressure that was misplaced. The rest of the team was not there to back it up.
Now Kerbos actually has his ult in 3 seconds. So we'll see what kind of plays he can make here.
Yeah, we do have both the ADC and the mid laner up for the red team, but there are...
Kerbos is going to stun.
Here.
He throws his ult out.
Too much. They're getting punished for it. Kerbos is getting killed on the edge of his base. Garen is trying to chase a kill, it seems.
Garen attacks!
Onto Robin, and then it is game over. The red team agrees to surrender.
Good game.
With a surprising 8k gold lead from the blue team.
Alright guys, let's conclude what we just saw. Fuck, I just delete... the fucking... It just goes fucking black. Anyway, so what do you guys think led to the downfall of GNC in that particular...
I feel like... Oh, go ahead, Austin.
Well, I feel like there was a lot of tactics that were used there that are very different, okay? So what we had in the early game is we had a lot of pressure in the bottom lane. I don't know if you guys saw that. We saw a lot of pressure coming out from Gankoon as well as Tezzy YT. And that early game pressure, although it was good for getting that early CS, they really got punished for it.
That is true. That is true. So it seems that when you look at the advanced stats, that Gankoon seemed to have been getting a lot more gold than Malphite on the other team, which might have led to the to the Malphite having less levels. But also we saw Gankoon getting upwards of 41 minion kills, stealing a lot of CS from his teammate, his ADC.
Yeah, and I feel like what came down to the game was legitimately actually it was legitimately on pressure. Like the amount of pressure blue team was putting on red made the whole game one-sided. I kind of already knew what the result was going to be from the start, just based on how much pressure they were putting on and intimidation, you know what I mean?
And it was interesting to see that the support player decided to build damage items. during the beginning of the game, not just then, but towards the late end of the game, the support player was still building into damage and putting a lot of pressure onto the enemy team, but doing it at times when he was on his own. Newman was a little bit too afraid to push up because of all of that pressure that the blue team was throwing out, and because of it, we saw a lot of picks onto the red team support.
Yeah, and I feel like if Gangoon just more focused on his ADC getting kills and getting fed, because we already know if Misfortune got fed, that'd have been a GG in the chat, boys. But you know, that might have affected their downfall a little bit, but I don't think it's too much. But that was definitely a mistake by Gangoon.
Anyway, this game was a pleasure to commentate. We're glad to have seen a game between GNC and what was the other team's name? Dun B?
Double D, I believe.
Double D. I think the main downfall is Gold, honestly, when it comes to it. They got out jungled and out Baroned, Rifted, and Dragoned in the end, and that's what came to their downfall is Gold.
The red team had so many solid ganks. That Gold lead that they got initially enabled them to outpressure in both the top lane and the bottom lane and force the mid lane under tower for the majority of the game.
Kerbos he played one of the greatest characters in the game. Character that if he got enough gold would have totally pummeled the other team, but even with the small gold that he had, he was doing insane damage, but having that gold lead would have made it just 1,000 times better for Veigar in the game.
And I feel like that gold lead enabled the blue team to continue to pressure out and get those towers, and then the gold train just continued to snowball and snowball.
So, oh, go ahead.
Do you see that minion difference for bot between red and blue team?
I do.
That is very difficult to see.
So,
especially with my favorite team in the world.
Let me ask you guys, what do you think each character from GNC can do to better their performance in future games?
Would you like to go first, or do you want me to?
Let's just pick a role. So let's start with Tezzy YT. He obviously has a lot of room for improvement in the ADC. His play style is very, very good, but I think his main problem is obviously CSing. As you can see, his counterpart had almost more than twice the amount of CS that he did in the end of the game.
Now, when we're talking about the ADC, we have to be talking about the ADC and the support combined, because it's kind of a duality with both of them. They need to be supporting themselves, and without having that support pressure, the ADC pressure just won't exist.
Exactly.
This is true.
The ADC got pushed back from the early game, and because of that, he was afraid to push forward with that lack of pressure. Forced the ADC to play more passive for the rest of the game, and that really harmed his CS.
If you look at the scoreboard, Gangoon actually came out of the game with 6 kills, and Tezzy came out with 4. So, is this because... go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm actually going to address that. What's it called? You know, we have here Tezzy getting 15 assists as an ADC. You don't want to see that. You want ADC to get fed, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what they were thinking this game. They probably... Gangoon should probably like what's it called? What is that called? Poke more.
Yeah.
Morally focus on his ADC to get kills instead of being selfish and getting the kills to himself. I'm sorry to say, but that is what actually happened. And if he didn't do that, you know, maybe there'd have been a difference in his scoreboard. You know what I mean?
So let's move on down to the jungle. So it seems as Antics versus New to the Neighbor. They seem to have a pretty even scoreline as well. New to the Neighbor obviously had more deaths, but that's just because they had the upper hand the whole game.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't pawn that off to skill based deaths. But we have 145 to 151 CS. It's about the same.
Yeah, I feel like they equally did good. Maybe they could have done better ganks and so to help better their team. But you know, nothing too bad over in jungle area.
I think this game really came down to game sense, to be honest. If you look at the gold earned, obviously the other team had the upper hand in this aspect of the game. But other than that, this was a really fun game to watch, and I can't wait to commentate another one.
Yeah, it was really fun enjoying this game with you two here again.
Yeah. GG, boys. I hope we can do this again.
Yeah.
All right.
See ya.
I'll be seeing you all.
Bye.
Till the next time.